Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Everyone.
Mrs. Jackson and Mrs. Morris, are you co-hosts on this Zoom?
I'm
Hello,
not,
people in-
is this registration, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm the host.
So the one thing I would suggest before you get started is you're gonna have to keep an eye out for people who need to be admitted while you're talking. So
Right.
either if you go to where it says participants,
Yes.
you would, and then you see Glow's name. Next to her name, there's a little button and it's like 3 dots. If you click that, you should be able to make her a co-host, and then she should be able to admit people in too.
Okay. That's what I was. But you know what? When I tried to do that prior to the meeting, it wouldn't let me make her a co-host.
Well, now that she's in, it should. Did you go
And
to
you
the
said,
find her
oh, I
name
see.
in the participants?
I see it now.
Okay. All right. I just came to check in with you about that before you get going. I
Well,
see you have
thank
a
you
few
for that.
customers. Of course, it'll be great.
All right. Let me hold on.
Can you hear me, Shanice?
I can hear you,
Okay.
but she's saying that I can make you a co-host, but
If you can't figure it out, it's no problem.
Yeah.
You have enough people. I would go ahead and get started if you're ready.
All right. So because we don't have a whole lot of time, and people will be coming and going to this, I'm assuming that can you all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming that you all are at registration because you haven't registered yet. Is that correct? Okay. So, and what I wanted to do, and I hope I have enough time to do it, is really just kind of share my screen and go to where you go to register. And it's pretty self-explanatory after that. There's a lot of instructions and documents, and then I'll give you an opportunity to ask any questions. But I first just want to show you where to go.
And while you're doing that, Mrs. Jackson, even in the intro session, there are lots of questions that are registration questions. So you might even be able to check with these guys if they've registered already and go right to the questions.
I asked I asked that question.
Perfect. All right.
Okay. So, and that's what I figured. If you pick this particular group, that more than likely you haven't registered. So I wanted to just kind of show people where to go to register. So I am going to start sharing my screen, and that should only take like a minute for me to show you where to go. So first, you will go to shaker.org, which is our district website. So can you all see my screen? Okay. When you go to our website, you have the menu options at the top. You want to go hover over enroll, and then you come down and click enroll for school. So you're going to bring your slider down, and as you see here, it is a nice little welcome, but it also has all of these little menu options here. So eligibility will kind of explain to you what you need to register. And one of the things it also tell you is based on your address, it'll tell you what school you're assigned to, what K-4 school you're assigned to on our map. And it's by address, and literally you just find your street and your street number, and it'll tell you what what K-4 school your address is assigned to. And then enroll online will take you to the actual form, and it's through Gateway. I'm gonna first kind of go down and go over some other important stuff. Then we'll kind of go to the form. Once you go to the form, once you complete it, at the end, it's going to ask you to make an appointment. The appointment is virtual and it's over the phone. And the most important part of the form are the documents. So that's what we review when we call you on the form over the phone, and we just make sure that we have all the information correct, like the grade, and make sure we have the correct school and all of that stuff. So if you look here, it'll explain what documents you need. And proof of residence is part of that, and it'll explain what you need for that. You have kindergarten eligibility, that information, and then, well, I don't know, you might want to do an introductory transfer, but normally most kindergarten families usually know exactly what school they want to go to and they don't want to leave. But what we do have is the option for families, say for some reason, for example, all our preschool is at Onaway. And say you have a student in preschool, but your zone school is Fernway. So some parents, what they would do, they'll request introductory transfer so that their kindergartner can attend Onaway with their preschooler. Well, that request has to be submitted at a certain time, and it has to be approved based on availability at that school. But that is always an option. So let me go to the form and then I'll open up for questions. So like I said, you're gonna go to this here under Enroll Online and go exactly to the form. Now so it's gonna ask you to create a username and a password. Okay, and I want to see what it'll, and it's new student registration is what you'll see. And you'll click start here. I'm not gonna click start because it'll look different for me than it does for you, but that's where the form is. And the form is pretty straightforward. It's gonna ask you questions that are geared towards your where you live, your address, custody, guardianship, contact information, all of that great stuff. So I'm gonna stop sharing and come back. There we go. And ask for questions, if there's any questions.
Thank you for sharing all that information. My question is about the early entrance exams. Can you kind of talk about that process and what needs to be done to have those done?
So early entrance, you have to go through our pupil service department. And so that basically means that your student doesn't turn 5 before our cutoff date. And September 30th is the cutoff date. So students have to turn 5 by September 30th to attend that current school year as a kindergartner. And if they don't, what they have to do then is be evaluated. So this is actually the time to go ahead and reach out to pupil services. And what they will do is basically schedule that evaluation and kind of take you through that process. Once the student passes the once the evaluation results come in, then they'll send us a list of those students who will be able to enter kindergarten early because they met the criteria for that evaluation. And then you'll just go ahead and register like all the other students. But you want to go through pupil services first, and this is a good time to start. It's actually the best time during spring because this is when they start scheduling the evaluations. They do it twice, towards the end of the present school year, and then also right before the beginning of the next school year. Like at the end of the summer, they'll do testing. So this would be the great time. And if you go to that, the website where I showed you enroll, in the drop-down menu, there is a section that says early entrance, and it'll kind of tell you who to contact, and it'll be our pupil service department. Okay,
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
you're welcome. Is there any other questions?
I have a question. Thank you for sharing the information. My daughter is in preschool at Onawe, and I remember registering, doing this process before. So do I need to send all those documents again for preschool, or I mean, again for, she's going to kindergarten. Do I need to send everything again, or?
No. You, as a matter of fact, I remember your last name. You
Mhm.
will be rolled over automatically as long as
Okay,
you
so
are.
we don't need to register?
You don't have.
No,
Okay, thank you.